I always thought the old radio in my car was just a relic from a bygone era, a charming quirk of my grandfather's beaten-up Buick. But one evening, as I drove home beneath a sky bruised with the colors of twilight, it crackled to life with voices that weren't from any station I knew. The static morphed into snippets of conversation, voices trapped in a loop from decades ago. At first, it was nostalgic, like listening to an old-timey drama. But then, one voice stood out, a woman, frantic and pleading, as she described an accident that sounded eerily like the one I narrowly avoided last month. The thing is, she mentioned my name. And that's when the dread began to seep in. I started to listen more intently, tuning the dial to catch the fragments of these ghostly exchanges. The stories they told weren't just from the past, they were warnings. Each tale seemed to predict a near miss I had experienced, details too precise to be mere coincidence. The voices described small things, a truck skating on ice, a cyclist suddenly appearing from nowhere, that I had encountered on my daily route. The more I listened, the more I realized they were guiding me, perhaps trying to save me from a fate they couldn't escape themselves. The eeriest part was the familiarity of the voices. I could swear I recognized them, not as strangers from history, but as people I knew, friends, family, even myself. It was as if the radio was tapping into some ethereal frequency, bridging the gap between now and then. Last night, as I drove the deserted backroads, the voices grew urgent, warning of a deer that would dart across my path at the next bend. I braked just in time, and the deer vanished into the woods, leaving me shaken but unharmed. But as relief washed over me, the radio spat out a final, chilling transmission. It will happen again. And next time, you won't be so lucky. Now, every time I slide into the driver's seat, I hesitate before turning the key. The radio's warnings play on a loop in my mind, a haunting symphony of what-ifs and could-have-beens. I can't shake the feeling that I'm driving on borrowed time, that the voices from the past are leading me to an inevitable conclusion. The car sits silent in my driveway now, a relic of a future I hope to avoid. But deep down, I know I'll have to drive again. And when I do, those voices will be waiting, ready to guide me, or perhaps, lead me into the darkness.